Anyway, so ideally, what were we talking about? First of all, that finally we start to do something that is helping me doing this thing as a journal, as a way to, to let my thoughts completely, unravel. Because writing sometimes you filter, no? But speaking it loud helps to show more mental trip. Maybe you can write it down later, but let's start by talking it. And yeah, so again, well, let's just make it like it's not anything different than always. So you're lost. You see, you're lost as you were talking.
We're talking about what you just watched.
Oh yeah. No, because I watch, so like how actually I have issues with addictions, and how throughout my life I was always, let's say, addicted without knowing it, because you're young, you just think that it's normal, to arrive at home, turn on the TV, just to have it as a background noise till you go to sleep. And then I moved to university. I didn't have the TV, but I would somehow go to the library because it was open till midnight, and while studying or watching studying, stopping studying, starting a movie, watch the movie, and then study again. So at least I was doing one step further in, let's say, in cutting in half the screen time, let's say. But still, if I think it, because anyway, in university I had like drinking problems, smoking problems, so 2 more addictions into it, so 3 addiction in total. And now that I cut 2 of them, I found it very hard to remove the phone, because it's fucked, it's like really they make this constant engagement content, they know this fucking algorithm, they know what you need, Dio merda, maledetti. And so I did for like 3 weeks this program, like digital detox. I removed WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram from the phone, but not YouTube. Yes, not YouTube. But I didn't use it much before. It passed like 3-4 months. So I started in September. I feel, yeah. And in December I checked in with myself, and I saw actually I don't need the apps, So now I installed them again, but I'm using them with intention, so I go on them just when I need to look for something. For example, I need to look for some sport exercises, I go there. Or to put some content, otherwise I wouldn't use it. But I switched this to the attention to YouTube a lot, from the shorts to in general content. So I'm like walking around the day, and if there is not a YouTube a podcast, YouTube video about whatever, racing, can be whatever, it's like all the things that I love, from like art, from stand-up comedy to some parts of movies, of like, again, podcast, a bit philosophical ones. I'm not doing the things, enjoying them. I used to enjoy cooking, and now I'm cooking I can't like cut and cook without a noise under, because I'm thinking like I have to do two things in one. Or just cooking, it's a waste of time and it's mental. Oh. So now I removed YouTube today, right now actually. So 19th of February, Wednesday, 21, 24, I don't have any more YouTube on the phone. And I'm not gonna use it for at least 3 weeks, which is gonna be quite challenging, honestly, because again, it became automatic for me to use it. So I would swipe the phone and go straight to YouTube and look some shit, as it was before with Instagram and Facebook. Now, having the apps, Instagram and Facebook, in the phone, I'm not gonna use them unintentionally, and that's the challenge, you know, because I removed them from me and it worked now that I put them back, so I'm not hooked back to them. But now let's see, because it was hooked to YouTube, so now removing YouTube, let's see if I'm gonna swap to Facebook and Instagram. If I swap, I delete straight them too, and hopefully I'll clean up a bit, because yeah, it's sick, you know. No, awareness is something that helps you. They just read it. Awareness is half of the work. So what's the other half of the work? You know, people say, what is the other half? Well, we don't know. People say, okay, awareness is half of the job. So what do we have to do next? Okay, realizing the problem. I got a problem. So then the other part, logically, would be work on the problem. But how do you work on it? That's the hard part. Drastic actions like this maybe can help. We'll see. We are experimenting. We are the Daddy Lab, the Yogi Monkey Lab. We're trying things. So we're gonna work this out for 3 weeks, see if it works to clean up my mind. I'm gonna implement 2 more habits. First one is waking up in the morning, 15 minutes, no interaction with my body, with anybody, which is gonna be quite challenging, honestly. But it's a way to turn on the engine. Like before, we used to turn on the computer and take like 5 minutes to wake up, so you can actually use the full speed of the computer. Now I'll have to do the same in my brain. And same thing for when I go to sleep. Half an hour of like turning off. So slowly dive into the turning off. Maybe like to rebalance the brain, make him understand that we are awake and we need to turn on all the system, all the circuits, and now that you're going to sleep, so slowly turn off everything, because just sleeping like this doesn't work. We don't have a button behind the head. So second implementation, remove all the notification. I removed all the notification from the phone, from my phone and Vanessa's phone, that we don't need bullshit notification about emails, Instagram, Facebook. I found out now Instagram suggests you, like you get a notification when a friend posts a story. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, mental, imagine. Or when somebody comments on a content that you may think you like. It's like, oh, they get so much into it. Like they want us to engage with our friend that commented on a post. It's like, oh, porca troia, it's like a real problem, okay? So no more notifications, because we are not fucking, I don't know, politician or CEO that maybe we need. And even CEOs, they turn off the phone, you know, because they're out of office for real. Then silence. And implement silence. This is like really challenging for Vani. For me, maybe a bit easier, which means just walk and don't engage with my thoughts. Because I would even go out, we would go out and talk, which is not okay. It's still, you're using you don't have to use the brain. So I'm gonna try to not use the brain, because maybe this counterintuitive activity of not using the brain pushes you to realize what you really need to do and create that quality action later on. First of all, because you have less time, and second of all, because as you don't do anything, you realize what's the real priority. Because many times, in my case too, but a lot in Vanessa's case, she would waste time on superficial and like really not necessarily activities, actions that we need to take for our businesses, just to tell ourselves that we do something. But actually, this doing something is actually not helping us, because we are not actively doing something towards our goals. We're just filling, a paper with like hearts and stars instead of writing. Sometimes you just need to write one sentence instead of filling the page with hearts, so we can say, I did because the page is full. No, cazzo, you need to put quality inside the pages. So wait, look at the page blank, accept that you don't have to do anything for a moment, and then do it. And another thing also with friends, try to talk differently, in a way like when they ask me something, don't come out to straight away like fast answers. How are you? I'm good. No, cazzo. Take time. How are you? You know that I don't know how I am. Let me think a bit. Okay, it was a tough day, a tough week, but there were some cool things that happened. So yeah, it was quite, let's say, powerful and yet deceptive this week. This is a nice answer to say to a friend. First of all, because you show that you're thinking and you're pausing. You're not just answering straight the first thing, impulsively, letting anxiety take the answer. And actually, I was thinking, as I was looking at, we watched not so long ago Inside Out 2, when anxiety emotion comes in, all right? And anxiety emotion is like really, how it's depicted, it's really fast answer, just to get that peer acceptance, that peer, acceptance, that. And yeah, it's quite a thing, if you think. Because all of us now, we are like really answering straight away. We can't wait. So yeah, implementing waiting time, waiting for Godot, for nothing, maybe helps. But realizing that you're waiting, so then we can say, I can't wait to do that, because you've waited for nothing, so you can actually do something what you really need to do, instead of just doing things and then wait for the world to make it happen for you, which is never gonna happen. Yeah, quite cool, huh? Nice. Yeah, and that's it for today. 21 to 33. Short pillow talk before going to sleep. Like a diary. And yeah, having now a little snack, having a tea, reading a bit of a book. Let's say today I start Twilight. Never read the book. Maybe it's nice. We'll see. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Ciao from the Daddy Lab.